Thank you for your interest in Missouri Special Education State Performance Plan and Annual Performance Report process. This is the complete list of SPP indicators. This presentation will cover Indicator 14 on post-school outcomes. Indicator 14 looks at what students with disabilities are doing after they leave high school, either as graduates or dropouts. The indicator has three parts as shown here, and the parts build on each other. Districts are responsible for gathering the follow-up data on students who left the district by graduating or dropping out the previous school year. Please see the presentation for Indicators 1 and 2 on special education exiters. Many, if not all, of the activities designed to keep students engaged in school will also lead to better outcomes for students after they leave high school. Using the categories shown here, districts gather follow-up information from their former students and report one of these categories for each student. The three parts of Indicator 14 build on each other. 4- and 2-year college are combined for Indicator 14A. Indicator 14B adds on competitive employment and military. Indicator 14C adds on additional post-secondary training and non-competitive employment. Districts must report a follow-up status for all graduates and IEP dropouts. If a district can't locate a former student, they report the status as unknown. The unknown status is not considered a positive outcome for this indicator and therefore decreases the resulting percentages. This chart shows historical data for Indicator 14. The blue bars show the percent of graduates and dropouts who attend a 4-year or 2-year college. This percent has decreased about 4% over the past several years. The orange bar shows the percent who were competitively employed or joined the military, and the gray bars show the percent who attended other post-secondary training opportunities or were in non-competitive employment. Non-competitive employment primarily includes sheltered workshops. This chart shows the same information as the previous chart, but includes the outcomes for 2019-20 graduates and dropouts in the largest disability categories. The differences across disability categories suggest that a variety of approaches may be needed to improve outcomes. On this graph, called a scatter plot, each dot represents one school district. The placement of the dot indicates the number of students who exited the prior year and the percent for Indicator 14B, which is the percent in higher education or competitive employment. For example, the two dots on the far right are districts that had about 225 students with disabilities graduate or drop out in 2019-20. One of the districts had about 70% of the exiters in higher education or employment, while the other district had about 45%. The red line represents a possible target for Indicator 14B. In this example, we chose 55%. Each dot above the red line represents a district that would meet or exceed the target, and each dot below the red line would be a district that would not meet the target. This gives a visual of the number of districts that would need to increase the post-school outcomes data in order to impact the state percentages. This chart shows historical data and future target proposals for Indicator 14. The blue, orange, and gray stacked bars are the actual results for the past 5 years. This is the same data on the previous chart, just in a different format to show how the parts build on each other. The blue line shows the historical and proposed targets for 14A, which only includes higher education. Since the percentages for 14A have been decreasing for several years, we are proposing to drop the targets slightly and then raise them slowly over the next 6 years. The dotted red line shows the historical and proposed targets for Indicator 14B, which includes higher education, competitive employment, and the military. We've been consistently exceeding this target and are proposing to increase the targets for the future. The dashed black line shows the historical and proposed targets for Indicator 14C, which adds other post-secondary training and non-competitive employment to 14B. Here again, we have consistently exceeded these targets, so are proposing to increase for the future. There's a link to the feedback survey at the end of this presentation. Instead of providing multiple target options, the survey will ask if you think the proposed targets are acceptable or if they need to be set higher or lower. The feedback survey asks important questions about improvement activities. Please help us identify what's working, what's not working, and what we can do to help improve results for students with disabilities so that the state and local school districts can meet the targets we are setting for the future. We need your feedback. Click on the SurveyMonkey link or use the QR code to go directly to the survey, or you'll find these indicator recordings and feedback surveys on the SPP APR Stakeholder Information webpage. Questions about this process should be emailed to speddata@desi.mo.gov. Thank you so much for your time and participation.